Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Famousapple.com is the home site for this podcast. So if you get a minute, go over there, check it out. While you're tripping around the web, make sure you stop by www.famousapple.com/group. That's our Facebook page titled Living with a Disability. That's our group page for this podcast. A lot of people over there having good conversations, a lot of fun. A lot of talking, chatting going on. So if you get a minute, go over there, check that out. That's famousapple.com/group. Now, while you're tripping around the web, also stop by www.famousapple.com/that vegan disabled gal. That's Erin Fernandez's page. That's our co-host here on An Apple a Day. That's the vegan disabled gal. Now, she's the host of Vegan Possibilities, and that's the show that's on today. So you want to stop over there, check out her page. There's a lot of chatting going on over there, some jokes, a lot of information about being a vegan, a lot of recipes, a lot of chatting. And, people bounce back and forth between living with a disability and that vegan disabled gal. So join both pages. Why not? Everybody else does. Why should you be different? But whatever you do, we got you covered on the web between www.famousapple.com, famousapple.com/group, or famousapple.com/that vegan disabled gal. You have no place else to go on the web. Just come over there, be with us, hang out. Erin's on her page, and she's on Living with a Disability. I'm on Living with a Disability, and I'm on Erin's page. So you got to catch us between all the pages, and we chat with everybody. So go over there, check us out. How you feeling today, my friends? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. You can't ask for better than that. Are you taking care of yourselves with this Delta variant coming back? It's sickening, my friends. It's really sickening. And I don't care whether you have the shots. I don't care whether you have these vaccines, the booster shots, whatever it is that's out there. You have to wear the mask. I don't care what the politicians say. I listen to doctors when it comes to my health. When the CDC is suggesting that you wear a mask, I don't care what Biden says. I don't care what the senators say. I don't care what any politician has to say. The doctors are saying wear the mask. I wear the mask. It's your health. It's your life. If you decide not to wear a mask because you want to go to a restaurant, God bless you. God bless you. And it's not the people who aren't vaccinated. It's not their fault. They didn't create this virus. You can blame all you want to do. You can point fingers at the other guy all you want until the cows come home. I could care less. It's nobody's fault. It's there. So you know what? Protect yourselves, protect your family, protect your kids, protect your neighbors, protect your friends. Wear the mask. Okay? Anyhow, we have got a great episode for you today. We caused a stir. This episode isn't even out yet. It's just coming out right now. But we put out a couple of little teasers about this episode. And we caused a stir because of 3 minutes on this episode. People went nuts. Certain people lost their mind because of a hypothetical question. And you're going to hear it and see what you think. Let us know. But people lost their mind. And that's good because it made people think. This show is about being a vegan. It's about the virtues of being a vegan. And it's also opposite opinions of being a vegan. So we're bringing you both ends of the spectrum here. And we're all friends. Nobody's arguing. But, today's topics, we're talking about some people are militant about being a vegan. You've heard of those groups that throw water balloons full of blood at people to get their point across. Is there a need for that? We're going to discuss that today. And someone told Erin that you can't be disabled and be a vegan. What? We're going to discuss that too. And we're going to discuss how you can save money. That's right. This is very important. How you can save money even if you're only a part-time vegan. So this is important for everybody. We're going to get into that, but I want to let you know about Erin. Now, I'm not being funny here. Erin was interviewed by a TV station in Massachusetts, and I have that interview. She was also interviewed by a newspaper, and I have that interview here with us today. And I just want you to hear that interview. It's quick, okay? So sit back for a second and just listen to this interview. I want you to know who you're listening to here on An Apple a Day and the Vegan Possibility. So sit back for a second and listen to this.
From Spectrum News 1, July 23, 2021. I feel like I'm making a difference. Berkshire woman starts Facebook group to share stroke recovery journey. Beckett, Mass. Every day, Erin Fernandez does several simple exercises, trying to build up strength as she recovers from her second stroke. At first, when I had the stroke, I did get better, said Fernandez. 2 years in the hospital, I learned how to walk again. I still needed assistance with things, but I could function. And then, the second stroke, well, now I'm here. Fernandez has difficulty doing anything but very simple tasks on her own. It's been 5 years since her second stroke, but she's not giving up hope of becoming more independent. I hold no illusions that I'll be running marathons any time, said Fernandez. I used to be a runner, but I'm very realistic about what my abilities are. I would just like to be able to walk into a room and function normally with my walker. During the pandemic, Fernandez started a Facebook group called That Vegan Disabled Gal. She posts to the group every day, giving updates on her recovery and connecting with others in similar situations. I do get a lot of likes and comments, said Fernandez. It's just me doing my physical therapy or me doing whatever daily activity I'm doing. It helps me. The group has grown to nearly 500 members, and Fernandez recently was invited to start co-hosting a podcast called An Apple a Day. Sharing her experiences gives her the motivation she needs to keep going in her recovery. They've told me that it really helped them, so it makes me feel good, said Fernandez. I feel like I'm making a difference. As minor as it is, I'm making a difference in the world. Everyone needs a purpose, I guess. This article was written by Matt Ristano for Spectrum News 1.
So that's Erin. And I think it's important that you know who we are. And most people know my story. If you don't, you can go over to www.famousapple.com and read about me on the website there. But I just wanted to prove to you that we're just like you. And we're just sharing our experiences with you. So we're not anyone special. We're not doctors. We're not lawyers. We're not nutritionalists. And I want to remind you, before you make any changes in your lifestyle or in your diet, please check with your doctor first before you make any changes in anything. Because, being disabled, you're taking medication, you don't want to upset the boat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check with your doctor before you make any changes to your lifestyle. It's very important. Okay? So I want you to sit back, relax, and I have to go find Erin. She's in the other studio. And we got, like I told you, we have such a good one. This is the one that caused the uproar on the discussion boards. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And either you're gonna hate me after this, or you're gonna say, wow, Jimmy, that was pretty cool. Or you're gonna say, yeah, Erin, kick his butt. All right, sit back, relax. Let me go find Erin, and let's get started here. All right, I found her. The host from the Berkshires in Massachusetts. Erin.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Sorry.
she yelled in my ear. Erin Fernandez, the Vegan Possibilities host. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm very good. Thank you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm just peachy keen and ducky.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know I was talking with your boyfriend, Jamie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I have a question for you.
Okay.
You don't like to eat anything with a face.
Yes. Nothing with a face. No. Nothing that was like was nothing that has a mother.
Okay, does that include fish?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, Jamie and I were talking, and he was saying that he would love to buy a boat.
I don't believe you.
Oh no, we were talking. He said if he ever wins the lottery, he wants to buy a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's news to me. So.
Well, see. Well, we were talking, and then we were talking about going out on the boat. He was going out on the boat, and he was taking you and Noe Greg and a couple of other people. Now you're out on this boat, and you're sailing out of Boston, and you're going out into the ocean. Now you hit some rough weather, kind of like Gilligan's Island.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you lost control of the boat. And you hit a rock.
Yes.
And you swim to this island. Now, unlike Gilligan's Island, there's no coconut trees. There's no trees. It's just a lump of sand in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
No bushes, no vegetation, no nothing. Now, the only thing you have is a fishing rod and a knife. So you figure, well, you can go tonight without eating, right?
Yeah.
No, you're not going to starve. Night goes by, you just didn't eat. The next morning, you're feeling kind of peckish, You're hungry, and you're looking at that fishing rod. And yous are all vegans. And you're saying, no, we can't fish. We can't eat a fish. So the day goes by, it's hot, sweaty, you're hungry, and you're looking at that fishing rod again, and you stand up and you say, no, I can't eat a fish. So you take the fishing rod and you throw it in the ocean. The only thing left now is a knife. What do you do?
I've never been in a situation like that. So
I know, it's hypothetical.
It's hypothetical. But there's fish. There must be some vegetation or somewhat. Like there must be something that they're eating to survive. So
do you eat sand?
No, I wouldn't eat sand. But I guess it's life or death situation. Like how that plane crash. They 8 people, and they just survived. It was like life and death. So maybe, but I honestly, I don't know. It's like I've never been in this situation, but I guess if it's life or death, you have to do what you have to do, but, to survive. I'm sure those people that ate people did not enjoy it, but they ate to survive. It was about survival.
You would rather eat a person than eat fish?
No, I'm just saying, I'm correlating that to, you have to do just, if it comes down to survival, it's survival, like apocalypse settings, that you have to do what you have to do, to survive. It's the nature of the beast, I would not enjoy it, I would not condone it, but again, we're not on a desert island. We have grocery stores right down the street. We're not, everyone is in that situation, and we're not talking about having indigenous people or people who live in the middle of nowhere. I'm asking the average person that can go down the street to the grocery store and pick up a plethora of items.
No, I'm not talking
consider their options.
I am not talking about that. I'm talking about a 3-hour tour that Jamie took you on, and now you're stuck there. There's you, there's Jamie, there's Greg. Let's see, who else is from the board? There's Bree, there's Catherine, there's Jeffrey.
Yeah, no, I guess you'd have to do what you'd have to do. Like, I wouldn't enjoy it, but that's the only situation I would ever.
You would rather eat one of your friends.
No. I would eat the fish. If I had to.
But you threw the fishing rod back in the ocean already.
Oh no. Well, I guess. Oh no, I Oh, I would be through. I only have a knife. Well, first of all, I couldn't target anyone with a knife, so I would be useless with it. So, yeah. So I don't know what I do with
So,
it.
like you'd cut Greg's leg off
No, no,
and roast
I
it
wouldn't.
over an open fire?
No, no.
Well,
That's
he
That's Walking Dead action right there.
I was just curious. Anyhow,
Yeah.
so what else is new today?
Welcome to the vegan possibility. So, thank you, Jimmy, for always putting me in the awkward spot. Yeah, so, but kind of correlating like a little bit to that, I want to go like the psychology of a vegan, because people tend to think or have images of vegans as being rebellious and like really high, really overbearing, and but let's say I told you. Like, let's say we're at a coffee shop. I told you that meat and dairy actually doesn't come from pigs and chickens and cows. It actually comes from cats and dogs. And I saw this on the $1 Million Vegan, and we'll actually post the link to the little Facebook thing because it probably would do a much better job of explaining it than I am. Let's say, someone comes up to you in the coffee shop and they say, hey, meat and dairy is actually from, cats and dogs. And you're like, no, heck no, you don't believe it. So they bring you to a slaughter factory, a slaughterhouse, and you see all the cats and dogs. You see them being gassed. You see them being like macerated when they're born. The kittens being macerated when they're born. Just horrible. And so you go home that night, and your family is eating a beagle. They're eating a piece of meat. A beagle. And so you tell them what you saw, and I can't do this. I can't. This is horrible. This is wrong. This is where it comes from. So then you amp it up even more because they're not listening to you. They're just dismissing you. Oh, it's not that bad. I know a friend who has a dog, and they backyard breed the dog, and they're not dogs, not treated like that. So then you kind of feel like, why isn't my family listening to me? Like, am I doing a bad job at explaining it? Because you were there, you saw it, but they did not see what you saw. So to them, it's business as usual. And it's not that you saw something so prolific, but you see things differently. You see the same thing, but you see it much differently now. So then it's you can become a little isolated from your family or friends. If you're lucky, you have a couple of vegan friends or a couple of people who understand, and it just kind of perpetuates from there because it's just you can't get that image out of your mind, and then you go to rallies, go to things like that, like you get involved, and you can't get it out of your mind, so it becomes your passion or your mission, and that's how it is for a lot of vegans. It's like they can't get the image out of their mind. And not to say that it's just explaining why vegans tend to be so passionate, because it's like what they saw is it's life altering. It's like you can't believe it because no one believes in animal cruelty, or most people don't. Most sane people don't believe in animal cruelty. So, but it's totally oxymoron of what we've been taught of how to live and be kind to others, be compassionate. Like someone who saves a dog is a hero, but someone who saves a pig from a slaughterhouse is deemed an anarchist. So it's just that oxymorons that we have in our society.
But isn't that borderline intolerant? Because it's not just that they're going out and saving an animal; they get violent. Look at groups like PETA.
I don't like PETA. I mean, I think they do some good stuff, but I don't support PETA. Like I think sometimes they make a good point, but more often than not, they just cause people to be turned away. I mean, I feel my personal preference is like I don't enjoy people screaming and people marching through your restaurant if you're at a steak restaurant, and that just to me, if someone marched through a steak restaurant when I was still eating meat, I'd be like, who are these crazy people? I just don't think that kind of activism is effective. I know some people love it. I like anonymous for the voiceless, where they stand with the screens and they just tell, like, they watch the videos, and then there's someone you can ask questions to. That's much more of a way to kind of peacefully get the message out there.
Because nowadays everybody screams. Everybody thinks they're going to get the message across
Yeah.
by screaming louder than the next guy. And
Yeah.
usually what happens when somebody's screaming at me, I usually just turn a deaf ear and
Yeah.
walk away.
Yep. You turn it away. Yep. I totally agree.
If you think about it, if you were having an animal rights, an animal rights meeting or march or what have you, and hunters walked up with rifles and walked into the middle of your march, how productive is that going to be?
Yeah. Then they start yelling and fighting back and forth, and that's not
It's
like,
not.
I can understand the passion. I can understand the hunters want their hunting rights. The animal activists want to not save the animals, and but it doesn't, it's not productive at all. So I love Earthling Ed. I love his way of activism is simply asking questions. And it's like he asks you questions, and so you must come to the conclusion yourself. It makes you think about what you're doing and what you're doing in the world and to the animals. So I enjoy him very much, and I try to watch him as much as possible. So.
Exactly. If someone can make you come to a conclusion on your own, whether it be your way or someone else's way,
Yes.
at least you came to the conclusion on your own. Nobody had to throw a water balloon full of blood at you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody had to hit you in the head with a brick.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and like I feel like I myself, I hate being told what to do. And I'm often being disabled. You're often told what to do and how to live your life.
Exactly.
So I can't stand that. So, and I came on my conclusion. Like, Jamie and I were watching Netflix, and over 4 years ago now, and we just like, oh gosh, we don't want to do this. We don't want to be a part of this. So everyone has to come to the conclusion on their own. They have to make a connection. You can't, the old saying, lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Exactly.
That's, so that's just,
Nobody had to come into your house and tie you up,
Yeah.
and force feed you peas and carrots.
Yes, yeah.
You were watching.
Which I know you hate. You just
Exactly. I would die before that happened.
Yes, yeah.
But nobody had to come in and do that to you. You watched Netflix, and you made a decision on your own. Nobody threw bags of urine at you or anything else.
Yes, yeah.
It just happened, and that's the way change happens. That's the way change comes about. If you were forced to become a vegan, do you think you'd be a vegan for 4 years?
Yeah. It probably wouldn't be if I was forced. If it was like, you have to do, you can't, like, if my staff at that time said you're not allowed to eat meat and dairy anymore, I'd be like, how, like, what the heck? Like, no, like,
that would have lasted 4 minutes, not 4 years.
Yeah, not even understanding the how, if someone just told me nonsense, the health consequences and the environmental impact and the animal. But if someone just made me, I would be like, I'd really be very upset, So
exactly, that's like going on a diet. If someone makes you go on a diet, you're not going on a diet.
Yeah, it's a lot harder. You're going to resist. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
so
I think being a vegan is more behavior modification.
Yes.
Than anything else. It's like a diet. If you Weight Watchers is good for that.
Yeah.
It's behavior modification, and I think becoming a vegan or a vegetarian is behavior modification.
Yeah. Well, and it's not really a diet. It's more of like an ethical position, the way you see life. And it's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna eat, greens, and I'm gonna, stay away from. But it's more of it's your whole world. You try to spread it out into your whole world as you learn more and more about it. It's like the people that work on the farms are so underprivileged and so underpaid, or the slaughterhouse workers. So they're taken advantage of. It's because no one wants to be a slaughterhouse worker. So they have all these, immigrants or people, and they're paying them meager wages to do the work. But it's a whole problem with our society. Just everyone gets taken advantage of.
I'm just saying, anything that you're going to change. Like, I was a smoker for years. And to quit smoking, well, I quit smoking when I had my first heart attack.
Wow.
I was smoking in the parking lot the night I had my heart attack. In the parking lot of the hospital. Yeah. I'll tell you that story some other time.
Bad boy.
Yeah. But anyway, it's behavior modification.
Yes.
No matter what you do, no matter what you want to change, it's changing your behavior. And once you can do that, you can change anything. And that's becoming a vegan, going on a diet, stopping smoking, stopping drinking, stopping anything.
Yes. Yeah.
And once you change, you'll be surprised. Once you realize it's just your behavior that you're changing, you can do it. If you really want to become a vegan, I think, this is just my own, and I'm not a vegan, but this is just my own. If you wanted to become a vegan and you change your behavior, you just modify it, because to become a vegan, right, you can become a vegetarian first, right? Yep. It's like a step program.
Yes, yeah.
So you can work your way up to becoming a vegan, but it's just modifying your behavior. It's not that hard, I don't think. I don't think.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the hardest thing in the world. But I'm looking at it as an outsider. You notice I'm not a vegan.
Yeah. It's like that's how and why people promote the 21-day challenge, because for 21 days you just limit you go vegan or you go vegetarian, or the 21 days you do it, and after 21 days usually your behavior has changed. So it's like usually your the cravings, whatever you had, are gone. So and that's why that's such a good, because anyone can do anything for 21 days. It's not like it's not too hard. So sorry.
No, I'm listening.
Oh no. So I was just gonna say the 20-day challenges. It's a great resource as well. And I know we put that up on the website before. If you want, we can put that again. Just what I really want to get is that it's more of you want to become vegan. It's more of not because I want to lose weight, or I just want to eat healthier. For me, it was, and not for everyone, I know, but it was for animals. For Jamie, it was for health reasons. So that's where we differed. I'm much more compassionate about animals, and not to say he's not compassionate, but he has grown to be so. But it was more for health reasons for him. But no matter what way you get there, the end result is kind of the same. So
does it piss you off? Excuse my French.
Yeah.
Does it piss you off when people do it for, like, I don't know, TikTok or
or like Miley Cyrus?
Right.
Oh, Miley Cyrus. Oh, she's big vegan. I'd rather eat her than eat an animal. Now she's eating fish and fish and chicken. But it's like she just totally went. But that's where we're never really vegan, I guess, in the first place, because it's like, not that she wasn't vegan all the time, but you were a plant-based, you were plant-based. You're doing it more for the health reason. So, but for me, vegan means vegan. I do it for animals. I'm not vegan for my health. I'm vegan for the animals. So I guess that's the difference.
I mean, like people like Miley Cyrus, like, she gets in front of the camera. Oh, I'm vegan.
Yeah.
And then you see her at McDonald's slopping down a Big Mac.
Yeah. I've not experienced a lot of those people, but I've seen. She was the one that came to my mind, but I've not seen a lot of TikTok videos and things like that. But yeah, that does tick me off. So be honest.
It does. I'm not. Again, I keep on saying this. I'm not a vegan, but now since I've been doing this with you, I see a lot of people that are just liars.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they're out there with the peace signs, and
it's just so sad, and that gives us real people a bad name, or it's because it's like you're a joke, so it's very frustrating. So
It reminds me. It reminds me of Oprah with Weight Watchers. She's standing up for Weight Watchers, and then you see her on a commercial, and she's like big as a house.
yes, she's not being true to
Right.
or just be honest. And like, I have no problem if someone they're just not interested in being a vegan or vegetarian. So, but don't lie and say
Exactly.
you are, and that's like I know that's like that's just total misrepresentation. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's no honesty in advertising.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But I seen that. I seen something, and it was on. I think it was on a TikTok video or something like that. And it just, again, I don't look at TikTok videos. My nephew was over. My nephew was over, and he was.
Jamie, don't lie. You like TikTok.
Okay, I love TikTok. But no, my nephew was over, and he's 8 years old, and he's shown me all these videos. And there was a TikTok video with these kids, and they're vegan, and they're in a field. And then the next video that comes up, they're in McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
And they're dancing on tables and eating hamburgers. So that just, I don't know why this was just Saturday. I don't know why that annoyed me. It annoyed me so much. I wanted to tell you about that earlier.
Yeah. That's infuriating.
And it just, I don't know why. I never paid attention. If this would have happened a month ago before we started doing this, it wouldn't have even crossed my mind.
It wouldn't even faze you,
All of a sudden, now you get me thinking like a vegan.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get you there yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
still thinking of eating somebody's leg.
Yeah, you eat someone's leg. So, but that thing was kind of, I actually had over the weekend. There was a post on Facebook, and it talked about being disabled and being vegan, and how you're disabled. If you are disabled, you can't be vegan. And
why not?
I took highly offense to that, because not only is it ableist, that's like saying if you're left-handed, you can't walk or something like that. It's just one thing. It doesn't have to do with the other. It's like just insane. So
why can't you be disabled and vegan?
They were saying it's too expensive, which is total misconception that I wish we could put to bed. Is that being vegan is for the elite and it's expensive, and it's not expensive and it's not for the elite. Yes, some vegan products are more expensive, but nowadays the meat and dairy is just as expensive, so it's almost getting to be equal, or if not the same, or a little less or a little more. You're going to tell me rice and beans and legumes and vegetables, fresh vegetables, frozen veggies, seasonal veggies are more expensive than eating a steak? It's just not possible.
That's sheer stupidity. Because that means if you're disabled, you can't be on a diet either, because diet food is more expensive than any other food, because it says diet on it.
Yes, exactly.
If you're a vegan and vegans eat vegetables, go look at a bag of bird's eye vegetables compared to a T-bone steak.
Yes, exactly.
Tell me which is cheaper.
Yep, exactly.
Which costs less to cook.
Yeah. It's much less to cook and eat, easier and healthier. And I understand
which is easier to digest.
Yes. Yeah, the steak or the steak that's going to sit in your body and rot for a couple days, or the other vegetables, which you're going to poop out the next day or a day,
or later that night,
day.
Depending
on later on that night, So, but it's just really, like, I feel like it was really insulting. And then someone was saying, but homeless people are incarcerated. And I was like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your statement that you said, that being disabled, you can't be a vegan. That's what you said. So don't you change the story here. You're adding things in. I'm not talking if you're mentally disabled or or if you listen. I know certain situations, like, everyone can't be vegan. If you're disabled, I have to take some medications, which I'm sure are on gel caps, and I'm sure there's not vegan. But does that make me not a vegan? When you go to a store, we use shopping bags, sometimes plastic bags, and that is made from animal products. All shopping bags are made from animal products, whether you know it or not. Does that make you? That would make the whole world not vegan. The whole world uses plastic shopping bags. It needs to be more inclusive, and I think like more like, the verbiage of it needs to be changed, because it's like we're all about veganism. It's all about acceptance and love and kindness and things like that, doing the best for the animals, but yet we're discriminating against each other within the community.
Well,
And that's
what they should try and do is try to look for ways to include people
yes,
instead of trying to exclude people.
yes, yeah,
Look for the positive that people are doing. This nonsense, and this goes not just for vegans. This goes for everybody.
everything, yeah,
People are looking to say, "Aha! I got you. You're not doing the right thing."
yeah,
Look for the right thing people are doing. I'm so sick
yeah,
and tired of you said this, you're wrong. You said
yes,
this, you're prejudiced. You said this, you insulted me. Everyone gets
yes,
insulted about something. Try looking for the positive things that people are doing. If you're
yes,
they're using a plastic bag, well, maybe they can't use anything else. Like
yeah,
you said, they're delivering it to you. You can't tell the store you can't
yeah,
deliver me in a plastic bag. Go out and get
yeah,
me a paper bag, or go out and get me a hemp bag, or go out
yeah,
and get.
yeah,
They have what they have, and that's what they're delivering it to you in. So
yeah.
you got it. You get rid of it. You're not going to use it again.
Yeah, and
So
I think that's where it kind of does do the best you can and
exactly.
be honest with yourself. Really be honest, like not be like, oh, I'm doing the best I can, but you're eating gnawing on a burger. You're saying that's the best you can do, but just be honest with yourself. And I think the more education and awareness is spread, that the more it becomes inclusive and the more it becomes something everyone can do. Because I'll be honest with you, I really think the world is going to be, or I don't want to say the world, I want to say the majority, we are going to be forced to change our ways. Either we can be forced to become more plant-based or vegan, whatever, but we are going to be, because the world can't sustain itself right now. Like we're killing the world. So it's going to happen, whether we like it or not. It's just going to have to be. That's the way it is. It's going to happen at some point in the next 30 years. I truly believe it.
Well, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm going to save the world.
You're going to save the world?
I'm going to save the world. I am going to
Super Jimmy.
I'm going to plant my ass outside your house in my wheelchair.
Okay.
I'm taking a high-powered rifle with me. And the first delivery I see come to your house with a plastic bag, I'm shooting the delivery guy.
You save the world, yeah.
I'm going to take them all out.
Oh gosh.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, that's what I said before. Intolerance. People
Yeah.
have to be tolerant of everybody.
Yeah, we have to
You can't
have.
be intolerant of everybody.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen when you goof up?
Yep.
And then you're going to say,
Yeah.
well, you have to tolerate it because it was me. No. If you're not tolerant of everybody, then no one's going to be tolerant of you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if we don't all work together, whether it's the vegan or pollution or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
We all have to.
No one's 100% perfect. I don't care who
Yeah.
you are.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not perfect.
No,
and
nobody is.
these are just my thoughts. These are just the random
No.
thoughts of a legally blind girl. So
No, I'm not saying
but,
you. I'm just saying everybody in general. Nobody's 100% perfect.
Yeah.
So we have to tolerate each other.
Yeah.
And if we all tolerate each other, we can help each other then.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to help each other instead of berating each other.
Instead of always putting each other down and being
Exactly.
like, saying what you're doing wrong. That's why I love the Living with a Disability page. It's like everyone's positive, on that page. And if they have an issue or problem, they having this issue or or problem. So what should I do? But it's all positive. It's all uplifting.
Right.
Yes.
It's like the Marine Corps. You go into the Marines, and the first thing they tell you in the Marine Corps, there is no such thing as a black, white, green, or yellow. Black,
Yeah.
white, yellow, or brown Marine.
Yeah.
There's only a green Marine,
Yep.
and the green Marine helps each other.
Yep.
And that's how we are. All right, we have disabilities, and I always say there is no such thing as a disabled person.
Yes.
And there is everybody in the world has some sort of disability, whether it's physical, mental.
Yes.
Everybody has one. Whether it's a problem that you're dealing with at work, or it's a physical disability, everybody has a disability.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to look down on anybody else. And everybody has something that they're working towards, whether you're a vegan, a vegetarian, whether you're a heavy person that's on a diet. Just take time to walk in everybody's shoes.
Yes. Yes. Roll in our situation.
Or roll on our wheels.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
I take my dogs out for a roll every day.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But just be tolerant of each other. And this nonsense with the militant vegans. All right, if I don't want to become a vegan, convince me, but don't throw a balloon of blood at me.
Yeah. I think that's like I said. Like I love Earthling Ed. I love how he does his things. It's very educational, and that's what I hope this podcast does for individuals. Is I'm hoping I'm not berating people. And I'm just providing education and awareness.
Exactly.
Because I certainly wish someone did that for me many years ago. So.
And that's why you and I are friends. Because seriously. Because when I first came across your website, I was impressed. Because I've seen other vegan websites. So boy, I don't even want to put my name on there.
Oh yeah.
But you have like that calm way of talking about things.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I don't know how to put it, but it's not like you're shoving things down people's throat, like do this. You're not.
Yeah.
You're like Earthling Ed. Or
yeah. I want to be Earthling Erin. That's my goal.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. I was trying to think of a nickname for you, like Erin Eggplant or something like that.
Yeah. So I think it's because it's, whether it be disability information or whether it be vegan information or whether it be like environmental, like we all are not, we're all not in Mensa. So let's be honest here. So we are all people who learn and educate, so it's like we always, no matter how smart you can always learn something new. So.
Exactly. What we're doing here is we're teaching old dogs new tricks.
Yeah.
Basically.
So.
And we're learning ourselves as we go along. And that's what's nice, because there are a lot of people listening to this now. And a lot of people are going to the web pages. And we're learning from them as well.
Yes. And
I think it's phenomenal. I really do think it's phenomenal, because you have, you got 500 people on your page?
I think so, yeah.
That's a lot of people. And the disability page is just growing every day. I see new people coming on every day. And the comments, like I read today on yours, that people telling you that you're inspiring them. And that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I believe it. I believe you are. And people on the disability page saying that they love pages like this, because there's no one on your page or on the disability page saying, "Oh, poor me, whoa, me." You go on some of these other ones. Christ, I want to put an ice pick in my ear. When some of the, I walk out of the room, I'm thinking about where can I hang a rope that I can hang myself.
Yeah, because it's like, let's be honest, we all know we have this, issue. Like if you're on the disability page, or I'm very, I explain when you join that vegan disabled gal, how many, I explain a little bit about me, so people get it. They don't need to hear me like, oh, I wish I could do this, but I can't because I can't walk. It's. No one wants to hear that. No. So they want to see you trying to get better. That's what people want, and that's what people need to see. That's what motivates other individuals, and because if I was just sitting here in my sweatpants and big mustard stain on my shirt, and like there would be somebody to take a picture of. It would be funny, sure, but I wouldn't be like So I posting me working out or trying to get better. Like it just
Hey,
every day's the same, but
like the one you
it's
posted
better.
the other day with the weights over your head. And
Yeah.
You told him Jason's behind you holding them up.
Yeah,
I mean,
truth be told, I can't do that. Like, I can one, but I can't get both. So Jason was behind me holding them up.
right. I mean,
So,
it's fun.
yeah.
And if you can't laugh, I'm the type of person. You know what? If you can't laugh about it, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you real quick. I went to the cardiologist one day when I first moved back to New York, and I went in. I'm sitting in the office with my wife, and we're just talking, laughing. Doctor comes in and he looks at the papers, then he looks at me again. He looks at the papers again. He goes, I was just checking to make sure I'm in the right room. I said, okay. He says, I was expecting to see someone on their deathbed when I came in here.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Dr. O'Day over in Vassar Brothers Hospital.
Wow.
I said, why? He says, why? Seen your charts, and I figured you'd be on
Your charts are not too good.
He said, I figured you'd be on your last leg. I said, well, I kind of am.
Yeah.
But
Pun intended.
yeah, right. And my wife says, no, he's got the best outlook on things. He says, I see. And, boy, what are you going to do? You can either cry about things or you can laugh about things. I'd rather laugh.
Yes, me too.
And that's what, it's funny because some of the people, when they first came on the disability page, they did have like that down attitude.
Yeah.
But they see nobody plays into that.
Yes, yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're cracking jokes about themselves.
Yeah.
Which is good.
They're lifted up. Yeah.
Which is good. I like that. I like to see that.
Yeah.
And the same thing on your page. I mean, you got people on, because your page is basically a disabled and a vegan page.
Yeah. And it's that vegan disabled gal.
That's right. The vegan disabled gal.
Yeah.
And again, you see people on your page, they're cracking jokes about other things.
Yeah.
And it's nice because I can tell you, I'm telling you, I belong to so many other disability pages just to kind of get information.
Yeah.
And I go on them in the morning just to see who's still alive.
Yeah.
And the same people every day. Oh, I can barely get out of bed. Well, you got out of bed to get on the computer to tell people you can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's so depressing. And these people post every day about how bad life is.
Yeah. No, I can do that. Like, even with some mutual friends I have, I stopped following them because every day is every day my soul, it's so bad. I'm like, you have your health, you have your both legs, you have your vision.
Exactly.
You can I understand everyone has certain issues and mental health issues are very serious, and I understand that. But when people, I think we all have a friend like this, someone who is everything is woe is me, everything is the glass is half empty, and that's like, we all have our days, I'm sure we do, but point is to not stay there, to find a reason. Like, I'm super excited. Jamie and I bought tickets to go to the Beckett Arts Center. We're going to go see a concert. It's a local friends of ours that are playing in a little gala.
Cool.
It's late September. I'm super excited for that. And that makes me happy.
Cool.
That's like, oh, wow. So it's like I have something to look forward to. Like, wow, I'm going to get dressed up or going to get dressed, so, and that's you need something to look forward to, not just being like,
Exactly.
We're just here, So you just find something to look forward to, whether it be, like, I honestly look forward to posting every day, or posting not every day, but like every couple days. Like, I look forward to taking a stupid picture of myself and make it a blog about it,
Exactly.
That's what motivates me. It's like, it gives me a reason to put clothes on. So.
But, you know,
But
even if it's posting every day, it gives you a reason to get up
Yeah,
and post
yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
If it's like your dog, if that's
Yeah.
what gives you a reason to get up every day, and
Yeah.
it does for me. My
Yeah,
wife gives
yeah.
me a reason to get up every day.
Yes. Yeah.
And you have to have a reason. You have to have a reason.
Yeah.
Me, I always say that I have a list, and I'm gonna put it out again on the podcast.
Okay.
10 things that you're supposed to do as a disabled person, and the main thing is to get up and get dressed every day. If you just wake up and stay in your pajamas every day, you're gonna freak out, and that's gonna be the end of you.
Yeah.
You got to get up just like you always did. Just like you always did. When you were working, you get up just like you always did.
Yeah.
Get up, get washed, get dressed, eat breakfast. And I don't mean eat a bag of potato chips.
Yes.
You know? And you know what? You're allowed. You're allowed to have a pity party every so often.
Yes. Yes.
It's a good thing. Get it out of your system. You're allowed. You know, you worked before you became disabled.
Yes. Yes, I did. Yeah.
So I'd worked before I became disabled, and when you are working and you become disabled and you can't go back to work anymore, that's the same as facing a death in the family, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Yeah. It's like the older you died,
Right.
You have to get used to this new you.
And
the older you,
you go through those 7 stages of grief.
Yeah.
You know, and you truly do go through those 7 stages, and a lot of people mean well, like family and friends, where they just say, "Oh, shake it off, walk it off."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what are you gonna do? Well,
Yeah.
you know.
Or I like better the ones that tell you, "Get a lawyer and sue."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're in traction somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't move.
Yeah.
Your tongue is falling in your mouth, and they're telling you, "Get a lawyer."
Get a lawyer and sue. Yeah.
They mean well. They do. But that's what made me start the podcast, because friends and family, they mean well, but they've never been through this.
Yes. Yeah.
And people need someone who's been through it, like you, myself, and other people that have been through it. And the first thing you do is not get a lawyer.
Yeah. 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 You don't get a lawyer.
And that's where your website comes in so handy. And you know, they can come to you and say, "What do I do? You know, how do I go to Social Security?" Of course, Social Security is probably the scariest thing you have to go through after you become disabled.
Yeah.
You know, scary things. But anyway.
Yeah.
But it's nonsense to say that you can't be a vegan if you're disabled.
Yes.
Because being a vegan is probably one of the most helpful things if you are disabled.
Yes.
Even if you only do it part-time.
Yes.
Because it's going to save you money. You're on a fixed income, and it's going to save you money.
It's going to save you money. It's going to be, you get healthy, creative recipes. And I think I shared the other day, I'll share it on the website, 10 vegan meals for like under $20 per week. And it was all like hearty stuff. It wasn't just like lettuce, you know, it was like hearty things. So I'll share that page again, or share that Facebook link. So people, if they're interested, can look for it. But you can, the misconception that veganism is expensive, it's just, I want to throw that out the window. I just want to, it's so frustrating when people say, "Oh," and that's usually just because they don't know. They're not educated. They're not aware. So
it's just the opposite, folks. It's just the opposite. It's less expensive to be a vegan than it is to be a carnivore.
Yeah.
And even if you do it 3 days a week, you're still doing a good thing, because you're helping the animals.
Yep, helping the animals, helping the earth, you know. So. And
you're helping yourself.
Yes.
You're eating healthier, number 1, and you're helping your wallet, number 2.
Yeah.
In those 3 days, you can put away enough money to pay your cable bill.
Yep.
You could put away enough money to pay your phone bill. You could put away enough money to put gas in your car in just those 3 days. Think about that. And that alone, if you're not concerned about the animals, which you should be, but if you're not concerned about the animals, you're not concerned about the earth, you should be concerned about your bills.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
So it's a win-win-win situation.
Yep.
But for all you people that are on fixed incomes, which disability is a fixed income,
Yes. Yeah.
and the money that you can save is unbelievable. And now I want you to watch out for this in the future, because Erin's going to put together. I'm putting you on the spot now,
Oh gosh.
so you have to do it.
I have to do now.
Erin's putting together a guide, a vegetarian guide, and just by using her guide, you'll be able to eat healthy and save money at the same time. And you won't even miss eating meat. Even if you only do it, like I said, 2 or 3 days a week, it's going to help you health-wise, financially, and you're going to help the animals in the earth. So it's a win-win-win-win situation all around. See,
All good.
now you have work to do.
I have got work to do. I can't on my computer, get my phone. So,
But now I do want to remind you guys, speaking of being on fixed incomes,
yes.
we're getting towards the end of the summer already. Already we're in August. And this is when money starts getting tight for everybody, because it won't be long before we're coming into the holiday season. And everybody's always looking for money. And the winter's going to be coming. I hate to say this. It's only August. But for some reason, the summer months go by so quick. And the colder weather's going to be coming in, and the electric bills and the gas bills and all that other nonsense. Do you know that even though you're on Social Security disability, you can make money off your hobbies? And you're like, no, Jimmy, can I? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Look on www.ssa.gov. Your hobbies, you can make money off your hobbies. It's allowed by Social Security. Now, there's a company out there. It's called SCORE. And 2 friends of ours, they're on the Living with a Disability website.
Yeah.
They work with SCORE. They're Sid Ragona and Tamara McDuff. They're SCORE mentors. And what SCORE is, they help people start businesses. And here's the thing. It doesn't cost you a dime, not a red cent, to use SCORE. And I kid you not. There's no strings attached. They don't make you pay off over time. There's no loans. There's no nothing. Not a dime. You can contact Sid Ragona and Tamara McDuff, and they'll teach you how to turn your hobbies into cash. That's right. And it doesn't cost you a penny. They're mentors, and they work for free. Now you're saying, well, they're probably up by you in New York. They are. They're in Rochester, New York. They can teach you virtually. It doesn't cost you a dime. They can talk to you on the phone. It doesn't cost you a dime. They can talk to you via email or text message. Doesn't cost you a dime. Now you say, well, I need someone to talk to me in person. Well, that's the good thing about SCORE. SCORE is all over the country. They'll hook you up with a mentor in your hometown, and it doesn't cost you a dime. And they'll show you how to turn your hobbies into cash. And again, it doesn't cost you a dime. So I want you to get a hold of them. I'm going to leave their contact information in the show notes for this podcast. And they also have a podcast. It's called Rethinking Business, Success Sauce, and 2 Pickles. No, it's not a cooking show. And the podcast is excellent. And if you go back to one of their early shows, you can hear where they interviewed me on that show. And we don't make a dime off of this. We're not making a dime. This is no commercial for them. It's just something that Erin and we were talking about, and this is something that can help you. That's why we wanted to bring it up, right, Erin?
Yes. Something that can, if you like to take pictures, maybe you paint, maybe you write poetry, maybe you do something, maybe you do woodworking, because if each person has a different disability, we're not all the same. So, you may be able to make some money out of that. So
exactly.
Get some extra money for Christmas, whatever. So
maybe you like gardening, maybe flowers, anything. You'd be surprised, and they'll be the first ones to tell you. They've worked with people that arrange flowers. They make do potted plants, and they've turned these people into successful part-time businesses.
Yeah.
And, you're not going to get rich. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. You make a couple of bucks off your hobby. That's it. But it's money in your pocket. And if it's something that you enjoy, hey, that's great.
Yeah.
I think so. So,
Yes.
anywhere that you wherever you're listening to this podcast, you can also listen to their podcast. It's called Rethinking Business, Success Sauce, and Two Pickles. I'm going to leave the link to that in the show notes for this podcast also. And like I said, we're not making money off of it. There are two people that are on our web pages, and it's just a good thing for you. It's a resource where you can make some money. And we thought it was good. Whenever we come across anything, if we're going to make money on it, we'll tell you, we're an affiliate or something like that. But we're not an affiliate with these guys. They're just friends, and they have a good deal that they can help you. And we want to see if we can help you too. So that's our deal.
Awesome.
So anyway, we'd like to thank you for stopping by today. I know I had a good time. I like to break Erin's chops every so often.
Yeah. It's good.
I still don't know whose legs she's going to eat on the desert island.
Oh, I don't know either. I don't.
And I think she's mad at Jamie for buying a boat and not telling her.
No, because I know for a fact if Jamie won the lottery, he would buy a house in Arizona. That's his dream.
He bought the house. He just didn't tell you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
He bought the house and then he bought a boat.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and the motorcycle. I didn't tell you about the motorcycle.
Yeah, the motorcycle.
He bought the motorcycle, a boat, a Corvette.
Boat. Yeah, Corvette. Yeah, and a couple of fancy cars he says he'd get. And then we always say if we hit the lottery, we would get Toby, our dog, a top hat. A top hat, just because we think it would be so cute for him to be in a top hat and be so fancy.
Toby didn't tell you he's got a top hat, did he?
Oh, yeah.
And he's got sunglasses. And a helmet for the bike.
And a helmet for the bike.
But
okay.
Anyway, it's been great today, and I really appreciate you being here with me. Well, being here, you're the host.
Yeah.
I'm the co-host today.
Oh yeah, we're all here together. So.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here with us, and we got some good stuff coming up. You got to start watching for the Slice of the Apple because there's exciting news coming up in the next couple of weeks here. Real exciting news. You're
just going to confirm it tomorrow. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she's got to confirm it tomorrow. So you never know. We may have a Slice of the Apple coming out tomorrow night.
Yes. Awesome.
That sounds weird, doesn't it? That
did sound weird. There's something like a sinister villain.
Yeah, really. Like, you never know what's going to happen now. Yeah, so watch this site watch all the sites. We'll definitely put it up all over the place. Oh, one more thing. Watch, because we have a new site coming out as well. The Vegan Apple Gang site's coming out.
Oh, the vegan, yes. The Vegan Apple Gang.
And that's going to give the Vegan Apple Gang. That's it. The Vegan Apple Gang site.
We haven't quite figured out the name yet. So, really? But it's going to be something like that.
Something to that effect. Yeah. It's coming out, though.
Yeah.
And that's going to be all about the Vegan Possibilities podcast here.
Yeah.
And it's going to give you all kinds of information, and you're going to love it. That's all I
can
say.
See his guests. You can see like things like that. Is the guest, upcoming guest. Maybe you can talk to us, ask questions, give us like some feedback, what you want to hear. Like what
You can sign up.
We do this for you. So it's we are just voices, but we do this for you guys. We want to make sure because no one wants to talk and no one listens. So
you can sign up. You can be a guest on the podcast.
Yes.
We want you to come on the podcast and talk to us. You can yell at me and be friends with Erin, or you can yell at Erin and be friends with me. Wouldn't that be special?
Yeah.
All right, we got to go. Have a
All right.
great day, and we will definitely talk to you during the week.
Okay.
All right?
Awesome. All right.
Thanks,
Bye, everyone.
Erin.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.